Hey, it's Alethea, the owner of the Chrome Bar. Soon to be the owner of 2 Chrome Bars. My next studio location is opening in March 2020, so right around the corner. I've had my first studio for 7 years and I've been in the industry for a lot longer than that. I'm really excited that this is such an amazing time for pole to be seen right now on the biggest stages. Today, I'm going to help demystify what's going on with the big shoes we wear. So I'm going to talk to you all about shoes, where to start, how to pick shoes, practice shoes, performance shoes, and some other tips and tricks that I have. So for pole dancing, I consider the shoe an apparatus. We have a great brand called Pleaser. That's a worldwide brand. It is the only brand that I wear. That's because I sell it in my studio and it is accessible to me. So there are some other brands, especially in Europe, that are doing some really amazing custom footwear. Hint, I'm down to try one of those pairs, but today we're gonna be talking about Pleaser since that's what I know. Let's start from the beginning. So you just started taking class and you wanna get a pair of shoes. I'm going to tell you that you need to be working on your releve, you need to work on your ankle strength, and you need to work on holding the weight in the ball of your foot. That being said, my clients and a lot of you guys out there are going to go get shoes when you want to get shoes. No one's going to stop you from going to get shoes. You get the bug, you want it, you buy it, boom. Here's what I would recommend. Starting with a pair of Pleasers. So Pleaser is made for dancing. It's made to protect your foot and ankle and be the most comfortable shoe. This is a 7-inch pair of Pleasers, and this is where I like to start my girls. So you would say, oh, that's pretty high, but it's got a nice amount of platform here, and we use this platform for a lot of toe drags, whereas the 6-inch shoes we used to wear don't have enough platform for what we're doing now. So when you put the shoe on, you really want to make sure it fits. They do not make half sizes. I'm a 7.5, very steadily a 7.5 in street shoes, and I am a 7 in Pleaser. So once you find the shoe that fits, you want to stick to that size, and then you also want to stick to the model that fits your foot. So this is an Adore shoe. I like it because it's got a smaller heel and a nice kind of frame, and they make it in a lot of colors. So that's an Adore shoe. Yeah, great starting shoe. Another good starting shoe is a booty. So the only booty I have right now is an 8-inch booty. And that's the Flamingo Flam. Yep. Starting in a booty is going to give you a lot more ankle stability. I'll talk to you about the material later. They're a little more expensive, but I think well worth it, especially if you're not sure how graceful, if you're feeling a little like Bambi on ice, this can help. So here's another one. This is another Flamingo. So same model, meaning it's 8 inches, not 7 inches. And if you can see, the footbed is the same. So your foot is at the same angle. It's just a matter of how tall your heel height is. Okay? Yeah, we're rocking here. Let me know if you have any other questions. I'm trying to be really thorough, but also quick, so you don't get sick of me. So what I wanted to tell you is that you got to pick the right shoe. So by the right shoe, I mean something sturdy that you can push all the way through your leg and down through your ankle angle. So you want to push down through the front of your foot and down through the platform into the floor. You don't want the shoe just kind of hanging on your foot, right? So you want to be able to push all the way through. This top makes a difference for that. So I'm going to show you an old shoe, something that's not very good. This is a 6-inch shoe. It means a lot to me. This one is one I wore in my DVDs a while ago, but it is also junk for dancing, okay? So it has a slick bottom. then a leather top. So they make leather tops, they make the vinyl tops. Any tops that are like this, you want to steer away from because they stretch out. Any street heel you want to steer away from. It's not the apparatus we need for dancing. And as teachers and instructors, we can't help you if we don't know what apparatus is on your feet. So you need to get the right shoe. Another thing about this one is it's got a small platform, and then it doesn't have any ankle support through here. And then where it does have it, it has some elastic. So this is old news. This is gone. We don't use those anymore. We're going to want to stick to a nice solid shoe with a good platform and tight top and tight ankle support. So now I'm going to show you how to prepare a practice shoe. These pleaser stilettos come ready to go out of the box. If the top is tight, if it's too tight or if it's cutting in, you can put some moleskin there, or you can take a hair dryer, kind of loosen it up a little bit. You will get used to it. And then the only other thing you have to do is take the sticker off the bottom. I mean, you don't have to take the sticker off the bottom, but if you don't, it is like a beacon, like, I'm new. This is my first pair of shoes. Okay. Might be a good thing. It's like a warning sign for instructors, like, she's new. I say she, but they do make an extended line of sizes of pleasers for men too. So don't be afraid to get in heels, boys and girls. The booty is almost ready to go. Okay. I'm going to show you something that might sort of change your life right now. This is my favorite thing to do. So it comes from the box like this, and you're going to want to take it and put it on your foot if you have a bigger calf or ankle. And if you don't, you can go ahead and just lace the eyelets all the way up. So now what I'm going to show you next is how to close down your shoe. So if you don't close down these eyelets, what can happen is every time you take your shoe off, the laces fall off, and then you've got to redo it every time. You shouldn't have to do that because there is a zipper here. So if you just take a little clamp and then you go down the eyelets, both sides. I should be pretty fast at this. I've done it enough. And you're just clamping it all the way down, getting that lace in there. You can still make adjustments with it, but you want to go ahead and get it all the way down both sides. And then your shoe's going to look like this, right? So the eyelets are already all closed down. And what that helps is that helps from you having to relace them, and it helps them from getting stuck on each other or on other people. That happens too if you're doing some doubles work. I think it happened with me and Ashley Fox last year where we got stuck on each other up in the air. So go ahead, lace it down, and then also take these laces, because this is something that happens too. Dancing, dancing, dancing. Whoosh. Yeah, and then you're down. Doesn't matter how good you are. Take the laces and go ahead and tuck them in before you practice. So now your practice shoe is ready to go. Materials. As far as materials go, general rule is if it is tacky, it will stick to the pole and it will help you. A lot of beginners don't realize that. Okay, so if it's tacky, this is going to give you a little extra stick to the pole, meaning this boot is going to give you way more stick than this shoe. And then if you buy one of these cute suede shoes, which I just got, it's not going to give you any stick at all. It's like wearing a silk sheet on your leg. So you're going to have to hold with your hands, with your shins, with your knees. And that's just something to keep in mind. I do like practicing in these a lot because they are really, really soft. So they're a great option. I also tend to buy the open toe, not because it looks cool, but because the closed toes really start hurting my feet. I have high arches and my foot slides all the way down, and then my toes just get smashed on the front while I'm trying to practice. So an open-toed suede bootie is probably going to be your most comfortable, but not great for climbing and sticking. So let's talk performance shoes or specialty shoes, sparkly shoes. Again, we just talked about material. A sparkly shoe is not going to hold you on the pole unless it has a clear top. This is a Natalia Nightshade shoe. There are a lot of brands, and when I say brands, I mean people, actual people out there making these custom shoes. So this is an 8-inch, and it is a flamingo base, and it's a TCB shoe. Tiffany Glitter Heels also makes shoes. I apologize. The only pair that I have is one right now is one that I've saved in my vault. So you can tell that this is an older shoe because it is a 6-inch shoe. We don't wear those anymore. But this one is a custom logo design. So if you're looking for something memorable, I definitely recommend getting one of those shoes. They're also sealed really well, so they don't shed a lot. Where this is a pleaser shoe out of the box. It's a 9-inch shoe. It's good for performances, but it does shed a lot, and then your toes get caught. Also, I don't recommend wearing 9-inch shoes for daily practice. I know a lot of you do wear them for videos, but they're just too heavy. I think it's like 3 pounds total for both shoes. So it's not just your feet and ankles. You can get those really strong, but it pulls all the way up through your hip flexors and your low back. So be very careful when you start wearing these heavy shoes about how it's going to affect the rest of your body. I think moderation is best. I know it's hard. It's hard. They're so beautiful and tall. Here is a shoe that it's cool. It has a look. I think, yeah, it's a retro shoe. This is a Bordello. It's great for special events. It's great for if you need a pin-up look. What it's not great for is dancing. It's got a very slick bottom, and then the footbed rolls forward. So as you try to balance through the ball of your foot, you're constantly pitching forward, and it makes it very hard to do anything but posing in. You can still go get one. Here is it's like an 80s music video shoe. So this is a staple. I think everybody has a pair, everybody that performs a lot. I don't see them in my studio very much because they do rip easily. It's a red leather thigh high. This is actually a 6-inch, meaning it's probably older. They do tend to rip, and they are hot. And then another thing is you're just stuck like Chuck on the pole when you're in these. So if you need to stick, if you're like, at a Snoop Dogg concert, a lot of girls have been dancing at those lately. This is a great option because you will stick. The thing to be aware of is like if you go upside down in one and you've got a little small thigh, your boot will stay on the pole and your body will actually keep going down. So these can tend to kind of slip off in a really awkward way sometimes. But they're a great option to have. Okay, here's another performance shoe. This one is fully custom. Well, I customized it. So this is one I use when I need to do a shoe change on stage, meaning I either start barefoot and then put on a pair of shoes, or start in one pair of shoes and then end in another. So it is a 9-inch pleaser. It's a solid shoe. It's great for stages where you're not sure what the material is or how flat the stage is. So this is going to give you a lot of support so you can still run around. What I've done here is closed the eyelets. Then I've also taped my laces down inside so they don't get in the way. And then I don't know if you can see, but I cut out the tongue. So the reason I did that is so I can put it on in like 1.5 seconds and zip and be ready. They do show a little wear and tear pretty quickly. So you just keep a Sharpie nearby, get it up, get it as best you can, and hope people aren't taking pictures up really close. All right. Last performance shoe, I'll leave you alone. This is a 10-inch shoe. So these shoes come with a warning. It says warning. Actually, the 9-inch ones do too. Tap, tap, focus, focus. Okay. Due to the extreme heel height, 9-inch, oops, that was the 9-inch, and 10 beyond. These shoes are strictly meant for sitting and lying down. No, sorry, they're not meant for that. They are meant for that. Yeah, no, they're meant for that. They're not meant for walking and dancing. Ooh, pole dancers did not get that memo. So you're not supposed to walk or dance in these. Basically, you're just supposed to sit there, do a photo shoot. Whereas users assume all risks and full responsibility for injuries sustained by the utilization of these projects. You just signed a waiver by opening this box. So you're on your own. This is a 10-inch heel. Yep. Very, very, very heavy, very hard to walk in. I did get the one with a little more ankle support, and I customized it with not telling you, can't tell you all my secrets. I usually have to start training in these about 3 weeks, and then I have to alternate how much I wear them because, again, it is very hard on your hip flexors. I think these are like 4 pounds together, so it's a lot of extra just for your ankles to be holding and then your hip flexors to be lifting. But totally worth it if you're trying to make a big impression. All right, I hope you enjoyed that and it was helpful. Please let me know if you have any other questions. Wild. They do not make doggy shoes yet. Maybe that's something they will do at some point. And never mind, we all have other lives we have to get back to.